What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. My name is Braden Carlson.
My name is Taylor.
My name is Shane, or as you might know me, Postart.
And unfortunately, Macho Matt from Olathe, Kansas, could not join us today. He's got some things going on that would have been fine if he had told us about it sooner than 5 minutes into recording the last episode of the year earlier, which was interesting. But we're going to make do with what we got because that's what we do around these parts. But we're going to talk about winter projects. We just have a nice laid back chat with everybody in the chat. So, how about Taylor? You were just showing us some stuff. You want to give the viewers a sneak preview? Tell us about what you got going on this winter.
Well, I got a few things going on, although what I'm working on currently is the Hercules.
No way.
Crazy.
Hold on. I got to find the record scratch. Please hold. This will still be funny. What?
Yeah. It was super cold over the weekend, and I had been printing a bunch of stuff. And so I got the giant Lego wreath printed and for Christmas, and everything was going well. And I said, you know what? Maybe I should print some parts for the Hercules. So that's what I did. Spent all weekend in Fusion 360 making some stuff up, and I got some test parts here. So things are happening. It's not going to be done, but
next week,
we'll work on it for a couple weeks, and then we'll try again next year.
Years. Oh, Postart, what about you? You've got quite the build pile starting these days.
Yeah. I want to build the Jayhawk. Really bad. And full transparency, I'm basically just going to copy Justin Farron's build because he did it flawlessly. And I want mine to look like that.
It's a 5-inch Wildman Jayhawk for anyone curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did his is sick. The scale details and stuff.
Yeah.
I say take it further, dude. Get the antennas on there. Get crazy with it.
Maybe. We'll see.
What, are you going to break it off? Like I broke one off the Estes one that hasn't even flown yet?
Probably.
But that's, that's the price you pay for your Jayhawk to look correct. Hey, fellas, the board member boarding, says Dougie Dollars. I am working on way too much stuff as usual. I started some Build-Sember projects, and I'm going to post some videos for them, even though they're not done. Obviously, the big one was the Patriot getting built, painted, finished, and flown. It's a very rare commodity for me, but I've also been working on my second 4-inch Punisher and the 6-inch Demon out there. I just did the last set of internal fillets, and I'm really just hoping that they don't break off because there will be ass to pay, dude, if one of those breaks off. It's really funny. I was thinking about that though, because like the rear centering ring for the Demon 150 is a 5-inch to 98 centering ring because it goes into the boat tail, right? So it's the same diameter as the flange on the 98 Aero Pack. So when I was getting ready to glue it in, I was like, oh, this Aero Pack is a permanent fixture. Like there's no getting this guy back out. So I've been building the whole thing with the Aeropoxy 6279, the thick tan one. And yeah, it's like all over all the Aeropack hardware. And so I put nuts on the back before I glued it in. I was like, you just live here forever now. And if I wanted to recover that, if something happened to the rocket, it's going to be a lot of Dremel time. But 98 Aeropacks are really expensive these days. So it's probably something I would do if something happened to it. But what can you do?
I really, for rockets that I'm actually going to finish, I have a glass 6-inch Little John scratch build that I'm going to do. I'm still trying to decide if I should do 75 or 98 because I hate adapters. But
yeah, but maybe have you considered don't?
But I have an M2400 for a 7.5-inch Nike Smoke that I don't really want to build right now. But I do want to build a 6-inch Little John. So
wait, the 7.5-inch Nike Smoke that you were going to build and fly this year?
Yeah, and last year.
That's spoilers for the final episode. Dang it, I ruined it.
Well, year's not over, Could still.
Yeah, did Taylor build it? Stick around. Join us next week to find out.
I spite build it this weekend.
Dude, just do a 98.
Yeah.
And then you can fly cool 2-grain 98 goofball motors. You can put an L2500 in it.
True.
Or if you can find an L952. Those things are pretty sick, I've heard. And seen.
And I could fit an in motor in it too.
Well, in that case, what are you thinking otherwise for?
I just can't afford 98 millimeter motors. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you can afford the adapter. Don't you already have one?
I already have the adapter. Yeah.
Well, you can't afford 98 millimeter motors, but what if somebody wants to give you one? And they're like, oh man, I have this free, perfect N5600 clone that's been flown 30 times and works perfect. And I would give it to anyone who has a 6-inch Little John. Otherwise, I'm going to burn it on the ground. How many times that comes up all the time?
Yeah.
It does come up quite frequently, I must say.
Yeah. So all I'm saying,
you're making good points.
Thank you. Oh, Dougie Dallas sent 5 Rocket Vlog gift memberships. Thank you, Doug. Shout out to Rocketry Nerd, Rob Doherty, been there, done that. Dan Richardson in Fort Worden, Florida. Welcome to the fleet, the crew of Rocket Vlog's channel members. Hold on, let me get this queued up. What else are you gonna work on, Taylor?
I have an ultimate buzz that needs to be built. So I'm thinking that should probably happen. And then I'm really stoked on the 3-inch black fly that I have. So I should probably start that. But then I remembered that my dream was to build it with a 54 with the Aeropack tail cone. So
instead of, doesn't it come with a tail cone? You want to upgrade?
Yeah, with a 38. But the tail cone's more or less the same dimension as the Aeropack 3-inch to 54. So it'd be like a J90 machine.
Dude, yeah, that would actually be sick.
Yeah.
So the problem is I ordered a 38 millimeter Aeropack for it. It's $25 or whatever, so big deal. But I need to order a tail cone because I don't have one.
Well, do it up. What are you waiting for, dude? They were just on sale, probably. Were they? Probably.
Yeah, not anymore though. I didn't remember this until like this week.
Well, life's hard and then you die, Taylor.
I know. So
I don't know what you want from me. Yeah, I need to build.
I guess a tail cone retainer.
Bad news. You know, wait, actually. Did I sell that? I had one. Because Wilson gave it to me from his K1440 shred at LDRS in Wisconsin.
Wasn't that a 4-inch to 54?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
I could just dismantle the Fusion and throw it in the trash and steal the tail cone off of it.
I have one of the weird rounded ones.
I don't want
Can
that.
I leap? I don't blame
it's
you.
a slim line.
Yeah.
It's so particular. No, that one's not the same amount of cool.
Yeah.
I need to build I need to finish my 4-inch black fly, but like if I speak my undisputable truth, I built it like how you would think everything fits together. And then because of how far in the tail cone goes, like the rear centering ring is butted up against the tail cone. That's just kind of how it has to be, right? So I measured from the top of that centering ring to the end of the fin to match the fin slots. And then when I glued the motor mount in, that centering ring was at the bottom of the fin slots. So now I need to grind away the top centering ring and expand the fin slot a little bit to get the fins to fit. Which I did one already. It didn't take that long. But I wanted to instead work on my Demon and my Patriot and my Punisher. Let's read some of the Postart. Go ahead and say one of your winter projects, but let's read some comments.
I think I gotta build the mini mag, dude. It's been sitting too long.
Is that Hathew?
Whoa!
No way, he's back, folks.
Oh, and he's gone.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
That guy.
Yeah, Matt's my name. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, you just missed it, Matt. But I just spelled it out pretty naturally for Taylor. And sometimes life's hard, and then you die. So you just sometimes you don't get Macho Matt in the final episode of the year, and that's just the way life goes sometimes. But he's in the final live stream of the year, which arguably is more fun.
Yes.
Okay, tell the people one of your winter projects this year, Matt.
Okay.
But Shane, you said the mini mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, do build the mini mag because we got to drag race those.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, wait. You want me to tell my winter projects?
Yes, into the microphone, preferably.
Sheesh and peesh. All right, how am I sounding?
That's going on the soundboard, dude. Sheesh and peesh.
Okay. So winter projects. I am trying to get my S together and get my office space here to actually be usable. And so part of that,
we meant rocket.
I know. There's a build up here.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
office space. I'm gonna have a desk.
Just house projects for this winter.
I might light an.
Thinking about digging another hole.
No more of those. No, I'm gonna get my office together. I'm gonna put together this 3D printer, and I'm gonna make a scaled down version of my space shot. That's on my list of things to do at some point.
Wait, a scaled down version of an actual space
Yes.
shot, or a scaled down version of the bigger space shot rocket that you want to make?
Scaled down version of the real space shot rocket that I want to make.
Okay, so
you're gonna make a bigger
subscale
rocket.
Yeah, I'm going to make a bigger
Yes.
rocket eventually. Yes. But I want to test it out smaller first. Is the thought
At the park?
yeah, probably.
Doug says clean up his office so he can buy a Home Depot.
Yeah, dude.
What can I show the fine viewers exactly what my office looks like right now? Because that is a bunch of S.
Yeah, go for
All right,
it.
ladies and gentlemen.
Couldn't be worse than your garage.
It's not good. Look at all this.
Well,
Look at all.
it's similar, I guess.
Yeah. My garage is definitely not great, but it is a bunch of.
You got any of those special Christmas lights in there?
No, those are downstairs.
I was gonna say it's a
You
very
get them out
classic
this year?
I got.
like office / junk situation. You just have the wrapping paper in a box all sprawled everywhere.
Well, we had another bat scare in our attic. Another.
Oh my God.
Well, when I came back,
I didn't know there was a previous bad scare.
when I came back from LDRS and Taiwan and then California, I came back and there was a bat in our house that was on the floor. I got a call from Mariah. I was like, I heard something in the attic. You need to get home soon. I was like, okay. And so I get home and then like I don't really hear anything and nothing goes on. And we're like, all right, whatever. So we go grocery shopping. We come back and there's a freaking bat on the floor. And she just like screams. And so I like eventually I put on gloves and I didn't want to start another pandemic. And so put on gloves, trapped the bat under a bucket, put a thing in there, and I took it outside. So that bat was fine. But a couple weeks ago, we started hearing some like high pitched screeching sounds. So anyway, that's why this area has been a mess because that's the scuttle.
Anyway, I'm not worried about it, but could be a bat infestation like on that scary Discovery Channel show, but I'm not really worried about it.
We'll see how it plays out.
I did have an exterminator come out, and luckily it was a free inspection, and he couldn't see anything. There wasn't like a colony or anything there, and there wasn't enough evidence to really like warrant any big changes, but I don't know. So
Anything under 10 bats, they say is normal.
Yeah, what's a
That's
group
your
of bats
average amount
called?
of bats that would be in your attic.
yeah. What'd you say, Postart?
What's a group of bats called?
Oh yeah,
Like flock of
Um,
geese. Like
Flock of seagulls.
bundle of bats.
nope.
A bundle.
A boot?
No, we gotta look this up. What is it?
Why are you saying about with a Canadian accent, Taylor?
It's a group
Classic.
of bats called, because like I think a group of crows I think is really cool. It's just called a colony. That's lame. A cloud?
What's a group of crows? That one's a murder.
Yeah. I think that's pretty metal.
That is pretty metal.
Um,
Well, let me get caught up on some of the chat real quick. Dougie Dollar says Winter Projects, a Warlord, Sumo, Nuclear Crowbar, Mach 2, Complex G record attempt. Is a nuclear is a nuclear crowbar the nuclear sledgehammer clone that Dragon Rock sells? And then they have the subatomic pile driver as well.
what? That's fun.
Robert Benton says, what do you guys think of the Wildman Junior kits with the booster staging add-on? I don't know. I think that's sick if you want to deal with setting up a 2-stage and a really small rocket. Done it. It's super easy and it just works every time, but it's not very fun.
If you want a challenge. Just kidding.
Eric Steinhagen says, wow, sick. I'm doing Wildman's new Sidewinder kit. Ooh, yeah, I'm interested to see how those go. We'll see.
Yeah.
How big are those?
Dane Pengelly. I don't know, actually.
Are they 3-inch?
Fairly?
I think
they're
3.
4-inch.
Are they?
Oh,
It's
they're
4.
pretty large.
Oh.
Get sidewound.
Dang.
I like
Yeah,
the
sideward.
picture on the website, just sideward, the nose cone sitting on the workbench. It looks so goofy. If you didn't know what you were looking at, you just be like, what is this? Wait, why does this say
it's
Matt's not being recorded? Matt, can you refresh? What happened? It was working. Dan Pengelly says, what you all considered the best way to mount a 98mm motor in a 6-inch airframe with mechanical and chemical connection? With a motor
epoxy?
tube? Yeah, I guess. I don't really know what we're asking here. Robert Benton says, my level 3 ended up being basically a 4-inch Intimidator. Now I'm thinking about building the whole series. Got the Mini on Black Friday. Hey, nice. Dougie Dollar says, just want to thank you guys for what you do for the hobby. Well, thank you. We want to thank you, Doug, for all the gracious and gratuitous support you've given us over, especially this past year. We really wouldn't be doing the big rocket flights that we're doing without you and Eric Beavers and all the other people making contributions. So it's really cool that we get to fly these big rockets with such regularity, because otherwise it certainly would not be happening. Matt could afford it, certainly. But
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Stone Cold One says a
Nigel's
2.6, 4, and 5-inch Punisher. Nigel's here for the final live stream of the year. Here we go.
Give us a meow.
He says
He
with
did
a
a-
motor tube, sorry, and not just epoxy, but also a mechanical lock. Not really necessary. Just fiberglass. I mean, just build
just
it
glue
like
it
any
in.
other rocket. Yeah. We talk about this a lot, but the 12-inch Punisher is a good case study of not. Well, I guess it has the screws through the airframe, but those don't really do anything. The motor
It's
tubes
mostly
are
just
all
for fun.
Yeah. Need to add some weight somehow.
No, I think the main purpose of that was to pull the airframe back to it, since we slotted the tube all the way back to make sure we had a tight fit to the cintering rings.
Yeah. Which is smart, because pulling it in around the outside, which we wouldn't have figured out if our own Tathu wasn't there.
Oh, what did I do?
You suggested using a ratchet strap to pull the two pieces in. But that rocket is phenolic and cardboard tubes with wood centering rings and just epoxy.
Paper with
vinyl
motor
tubes.
motor tubes or I can't talk.
Whoa.
the cutouts of the centering rings taking out most of the meat of the ring, so there's not much structure left there.
There's no thrust. There's no thrust plate. The motor tubes are flush, and we've now flown it on O impulse. Well, really O impulse twice, and then N once. But so far, she's just eating it.
3,000 pounds of thrust on the first or
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
one of the flights. I don't know.
It was,
I mean that. If ever there was going to be a situation where those motors were going to punch through it so far, that would definitely do it. But I think we're good. Doug says, got my Secret Santa gift today is a Wildman box with Secret Santa label. I'm guessing Mach 3 based on box size. That's a solid gift right there. I still haven't gotten mine, so hopefully it gets here before we leave for Idaho. Otherwise, it might end up stolen like the whiskey glasses that Log Precision sent us a couple years ago.
Those got stolen? Oh,
yeah. So they sent us new ones, but they stole our packages because, around Christmas time it happens. And they stole our whiskey glasses with a hyper specific brand that most people have never heard of on them, and also my allergy medicine. So, big score for those people.
Lame.
Jack Pullman says, what big projects will you all fly next year and what West Coast launches? Well, as far as West Coast launches, it's probably just going to be me and Postart, and I'm kind of going to stick to local stuff for the most part this year. I'm going to do a lot less traveling, which is why I voted for Taylor to fly his N5600 at Airfest, so I don't have to go to Cloudburst. But we're flying the Nike Smoke at LDRS in Pence, Indiana on 5 Preston Noble Sparkies, so that's going to be quite spicy. Sweet. A 98 4-grain and 4 5-grain 54s. So that should be pretty intense. Taylor and Shane.
Yes, Braden.
What's up?
This episode of the Anti-Gravity Group podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Wildman Rocketry. What's your favorite thing you've ever bought from Wildman?
3-inch Punisher.
3-inch Punisher.
Ooh, not the 5-inch Punisher. That's pretty crazy. Well, the good news is you can have pretty much any size Punisher you want from Wildman or pretty much anything else. 2004, Taylor. That's how long they've been providing us with fantabulous rocket options.
I've been there since day one.
A true OG. You guys know what Wildman Rocketry is about. They got motors, they got kits, they got hardware, they got epoxy adhesives, parachutes, recon, recovery, aeropack, whatever you need, you can find it at Wildman Rocketry. Go support our friends at wildmanrocketry.com and tell them the AGG sent you.
Well, I think Sam wants to make a guest appearance here.
Oh, do it up. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Wow. Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
So I think I fooled Taylor from a distance, and he thought that I had an unwrapped present and was like, what's that? I'm like, it's a rocket. I wrapped it's cardboard, but yeah, I thought I would show off.
That is beautiful.
The podcast.
What are you gonna?
So is that actually a present or is it just decor?
Oh no, there's something in here for sure.
That's awesome.
I thought you were just like, well, with all the rockets sitting around the house, I might as well match the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's why I was confused when she first showed me, because I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I'm not allowed to put rockets out here.
Did you do? I'm like,
go.
So for the audio listeners,
a rocket out of
it's a
wrapping
present.
paper?
Yeah, it's wrapped to look like a rocket.
Did she do tip to tip on the fence?
That's sick.
I believe it looks like she did. Yes.
Tape to tip.
Yeah, tape to tip.
I'm a big fan of things being wrapped, not what they are.
That's good. Or like you put a bunch of rocks in it and you make them feel like it's heavy. Have a seat, young lady.
Robert Benton says, "Get her a chair."
Isn't there a chair?
I got a chair
behind you.
It's currently in the garage, and always covered in a layer of dust. So
I clean the dust.
you clean. Okay. I from Taylor's perspective, he had come home like in the middle of the day while I was wrapping this. Which one year I wrapped like a pyramid present, and I don't know why I had. Oh, thank you. I don't know why I had like ambition to do this because that already was not the most fun. So I was like, yeah, this sounds totally doable. So he had come home and I had like my noise canceling headphones on or whatever. And I was like, oh no, don't look. I mean, the gift was kind of already wrapped, but I wanted it to be a surprise that I was making it look like a rocket.
Cool.
So he's in the garage and, were you working on the Hercules? What were you doing?
Of course he wasn't working on the Hercules.
Oh, okay. I was so stoked when I saw it. I'm like, oh, you're actually doing something with that. And he's like, yeah, I am finally doing something with
He's
that.
probably doing something with that piece of crap that just sits around. That spider web.
Well, because I'm like, I don't really know what the piece of foam thing is, but then when you see what the tube, it's going to be really cool. And I'm excited that you've made headway, but I understand what the mental block
Don't get
was.
too excited.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
It won't be done for another
Airfest
decade.
2031 is going to go off.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got it all done, and for the listeners, basically, I took individual pieces of cardboard and wrapped them, and then had to think about how to assemble it. And knowing the level of perfectionism that this one has, I was like, okay, I got to try to make them equal.
Well, now you should be ready to finish your team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See how that
That's what
goes.
we like to hear.
But yeah, I walked into the garage and I was like, and from his perspective, he thought like I was just showing him what I got him. And he's like, what is that? And from my perspective, I was like, is he seriously questioning what kind of rocket this is right now? I'm like, I just wrapped that. Like, it's like, what is that? I thought he was going to be like, those fins and that nose cone.
Yeah.
Not actually. So I'm like, wow, okay. Great. Well, I'll go put this under the tree.
It almost looks like a Fliskett's Acme Spitfire. If that makes you feel better.
That's, Braden, I couldn't have said it better myself.
I figured what you were going for.
I thought the exact same thing.
Here, I know it's your favorite rocket.
I'm going to show you what that is.
He's going to be
in general,
offended.
was just impressed
by
the level of symmetry I got.
It's got the
Eric Beaver says, "What's up, fellas and lady? Happy Festivus. What's going on? Welcome to the S show."
Taylor just pulled the picture up. It looks like a chimney. What is that?
It looks like what an Acme Spitfire is supposed to look like. Like
How
if
does
you
that
built
fly?
it straight. Flies great, actually. I want to build a giant one someday.
It looks like it fell down like a chimney shaft, actually. Whoa.
Dougie Dollar says, my wife built her level 1 as a 38 millimeter airframe, and we had an Airfest situation with 500 feet, so she didn't get to launch. We were unfortunately all too familiar. The Nike Smoke got to have a fun ride in the professional masterpiece, though, so I bet it was happy with that. Well, Sam, while you're here, do you want to tell us what your winter projects are? Your rocketry ones?
Oh, man. My winter project is going to be to figure out where Taylor put the T-lock. And then
it's in the garage.
That's so general.
It's right by the wall.
I it's not like I've been looking for it, but that is step one. And then our very first kind of bout of putting it together is almost a year ago now.
Yeah, she's ready to do the hard part, as Postart would say.
Okay, I don't agree with that anymore. God,
he's a
we're
fillet
past that
master
point.
these days.
Wow.
That was years ago.
I will say though, this man here really underestimated how little I knew about the process in general, having like over 20 years of experience of rocketry under his belt. He's like, "Oh, you don't know what to do at all." I'm like, "No, this is ground zero." It was hilarious. It was hilarious. It's all on camera, so it will be uploaded.
Awesome.
sometime, and then whenever it gets done,
who's to say?
Who's to say? But
Did Taylor lose the footage yet?
Did you
get
lose footage?
that up.
No.
Get that up in the drive now.
Is it probably in the garage?
We can't lose it. Man, those guys are really
You
loud.
abuse that button, sir.
Sorry.
Is it me or is
Hold
it? Are they a little bit louder? They seem really spicy.
It's fine, Tat.
All right.
We'll get it situated.
Tath? Oh no. Okay, I don't want to know. Anyway, basically, yeah, learning from ground zero, and then this man had me using 5-minute epoxy. Like on go one of learning how to pour this, he's like, "It's gonna, you gotta go, you gotta go."
She said it was apparently 5 minutes was too fast. Apparently,
Correct. For the first time me doing it, and it was killing Taylor because he's like, I could do this so much faster, but he was very much trying to help me learn. I spilled some epoxy. It's going to be very entertaining. So
I tried to teach a friend of mine. He built his rocket, but I was like in the same boat where I was like, I guess like the intuition to put these centering rings on this tube because I know what a motor mount is not just something that people know. So I did the same thing where I was like, yeah, just build the motor mount and then we're going to glue it into the airframe. And he's like, I don't know what any of that means. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I think we also tried to read. He had me try to read the directions first, and so I tried to write them out in like plain English, and then I don't know. We quickly learned that like it was not very intuitive. It's going to be entertaining, but as you can see, and I don't think either. As you can see, both of us had a really great time, and so getting back on the horse, I think we just waited for some more rose-colored glasses and for Taylor to have a lull in his big projects. Anyway,
Nice.
oh my god, kill me!
I'm like, where did that?
Yeah, I did. Wow, it's
You have a sound. You got a soundboard with
yeah.
like all the.
Oh yeah, all the good
Classic
stuff's in
moments.
here.
Yeah.
The ones we can't use, unfortunately, also in here. But
Yeah.
The world's not ready.
All right, bitches, you guys suck.
Nigel.
Yeah, that one still rings
Well,
true.
I didn't mean to.
Whoops.
You'll have to tune in, Sam, and see what some of these are about.
Well, I've heard through the grapevine, and especially the moments that really pack a punch and count. I've been cued in on, but I get to experience it live. You know,
Yeah,
What was
that's true.
that?
Yeah,
that was me.
is Matt reacting to our shoot opening?
I sound 50 years old.
Nice. Oh, wait, you're not 50 years
I'm
old?
getting there.
You look like it.
Surprising.
I know. I don't use sunscreen. That's my trick.
Oh.
See,
That's your
Taylor, that's what
trick.
you're gonna look like if you don't use sunscreen.
I'm gonna grow a gross mustache with long
That's
hair.
right.
That's correct. See, I've got the long hair. I'm halfway there. But clearly, I
Liam.
don't go out into the sun. So
Yeah.
it's a pale joke, folks. All right. Well,
All right.
happy Festivus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
For the rest
Well,
of us.
let me say goodbye before you take that earplug out of my ear. Jeez. Okay. And
Give it up, everybody.
tune in for what's in the
Oh.
rocket. Maybe putting in the comments what you think is inside the
I
rocket.
like that
and
Well,
idea.
now you're implying that it's rocketry related.
that is not at all what's being implied. I'm merely for the sheer sake of the video watchers.
Well, it's a rocket podcast, to be fair.
It is, and it is shaped like a rocket, so I feel like it counts. What is that?
That's all Braden.
It's deep lore. Anyway,
Deep lore. I didn't know your life had such deep lore.
the anti-gravity group, not my life. They're separate entities. Anyway.
Eric came in
Okay.
in the middle of this and he says, am I dumb because I'm so confused? Is the rocket wrapping paper for a gift or an ornament, or did Sam build a scratch build rocket?
No, it's card. I guess I'm assuming that Eric is watching and not listening, but it is basically cardboard wrapped and pieced together to look like a what was the rocket called?
Acme Spitfire.
What's
Just
the-
a rocket.
Oh,
It looks like the Acme Spitfire, but not like it fell down the chimney.
Not
But
crooked.
the gift resides within the cylindrical element in the middle. So
you did a great job, Sam. I appreciate that. I appreciate your creative
you.
touch. I think
next year, package that looks like Nigel,
But is a rocket.
yeah.
Paper,
but is a
Oh.
rocket.
paper mache, Nigel.
Papier mâché. Alrighty. Well,
Goodbye.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, Sam.
Happy
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
holidays.
popping in.
see you guys next year.
Yo,
Oh,
zing! And Taylor, you need to clean off a chair for her next time. Come on.
Liam says, speaking of the Spitfire, some whack guys are building a 16-inch Acme Spitfire, which is pretty sick.
She.
But also, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to tell anybody this yet or not, but somebody did tell me. But the Washington people are building a full-scale Nike Smoke, and they're flying it on a Q motor at Balls next year.
Dang.
so gnarly.
So we better get our ass together for S&P too, Taylor, so we can have a reason for you to be at Balls.
It just sucks because I'm going to be knee elbow deep in a house build.
Yeah, also, I have an N1560 rocket that I should actually build and fly this time. So there's that. Well, what else
I'm
you
ready
got
for
for when...
S&P too, though.
Well, sucks for you. You're going to be building a house.
We'll see.
Oh,
Oh,
I got an 8-inch Punisher to build too, dude.
And a 6-inch demon, right?
That's almost done.
Dadgum.
Matt has a whole 2-stage that he hasn't even thought
Yeah.
about.
Oh, that's right.
I'm thinking about it. I thought about it for my New Year's
Well, okay.
resolutions, but
Okay, what are you
Well,
thinking?
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah. What do you got so far? What are you thinking?
well, I already bought motors for it, so yeah, I'm thinking I should do it.
Yeah, do you know what those motors are?
It's a J. Wait, hang on, J. Whoa, who are these people screaming in here? I need some new ones. Yeah, I know
What are they, Matt?
It's a J800.
Is it Taylor?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, he's pulling up his Wildman order.
But that came from my head, and it's a J800 and like a K185.
No, that'd be sick.
That would be good.
Dang it!
That'd be way cooler if you do that.
Yeah, do that instead.
I reckon. Yeah, do that instead. That's way cooler.
Dang it, man. J800 and a K1100. That's not it either.
That would be cool too.
J350.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's like, that's boring. Eric Steinhagen says, who is the speed demon who has been the fastest speed? I think Postart.
yeah, I've got 2.3, Mach 2.3.
Dang.
We got 2.2.
Yeah.
What'd you guys get, Mach 2.0?
Taylor's 2.2 as well, right? Or 2.1, which is slow A rocket.
Something like that, but I didn't have an accelerometer, so I don't know for sure.
Ooh, then you got 0, buddy. Hate to break it to you.
got 0, buddy.
Max recorded is Mach 2, I think.
Man, Braden's such a
What were you going to ask, Matt? What rockets we did it
I
with?
was going to ask, why are you such a D?
Oh,
Oh,
Somebody commented that. They
Why you
asked,
such-
first one, Mach 3 gets a crisp $4 bill. He didn't say bill, but I want that. My Mach 2.2, I've done it 3 times now. M1675 went that roughly, although that one didn't have an accelerometer. And then, well, the GPS, I can't remember. It was reading something around there. But then the Bobs did Mach 2.2 both times on the N1000. Almost 2.3 on the second flight. That was just like as pristine a flight as it could have been.
The S&P sustainer P should have apparently went Mach 2.6,
Yeah.
not Mach 2.2.
And
So,
who could have foreseen such a thing?
it did the old nose cone unwind,
What
presumably.
did Postar's what was Postar's 2.3 from?
3400
Oh,
and the
okay.
5-inch Punisher.
Wowzers.
You're going that fast without it being minimum diameter is kind of a flex.
And you did tip to tip on that, right?
I did.
Wow. That's wild.
Liam the Rocket Nerd says update on the JB Weld 03400. That's still not really decided upon. I've kicked the idea around, especially since Julian said he'd make me a nose cone. And Eric, if he's still here, is way into that idea. But I'm not way into the idea of losing two 98 6XL cases.
Come on, it's fun.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll do it. I think, I don't know. It would be a really safe way to do it if I just did 1/4-inch quasi fins like Tony did. And then did like a full airframe rocket. It would still probably be high in the Mach 3 range. But I think it would do it. Okay, should we talk about the Patreon people's winter projects? Because we've kind of been off the rails here.
Yeah.
Michael says 29mm 2.6-inch Dare Red Max, a scratch built 4-inch mini mag with 54mm head and deploy. Finishing my Formula 75 in purple with a 54 and HED. Starting my level 3 build, a 4-inch Extreme Fireflyer in green with a blue nose cone, 75mm mount. Also a couple of Estes kits to work on, a 2.6-inch E-powered cluster rocket I'm calling the Silver Bullet. Oh yeah, Estes shipped me a little Sprite, as I keep calling it, because it's funny. The Xylofoxlin kit. I'm thinking
you should
about
paint it like Sprite.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, but I was also thinking about doing actual carbon on the fins because it comes with like carbon decals. And I was like, it'd be kind of fun to do actual carbon, and then I could fly it on really gnarly motors.
Spite the spite. Spite the little spite.
Spite the Sprite, even.
Ooh.
Liam says, where to begin? I have a scratch build. It's a cross of a Punisher and a Dark Star, but it's cardboard. I'm getting a mini Punisher that I'll have to build. Building a 4-inch tube fin to fly on 54mm motors and stand under the TCR waiver without needing an unreasonably large rocket. I'll also have a camera ejector to yeet a Mobius Mini out the side of the rocket apogee. I'm also working on onboard cameras and a 2-stage project. A whole lot of other stuff, which, to quote Braden, in trying to get it all done, we'll probably get none of it done. Yeah, don't do that, though. That's my thing. Peter Wade says, working on a Lock 4 X2, then starting a Lock Esoteric. Doug says, finish my Warlord. Jim says, I'm fun-sizing the Estes Mars Longship this winter. About 12 feet and 35 pounds. Bought a few L1090s for it. Whoa. That's sick. Emma Humphreys, winter's flying season here in Northern California, but plan to build the 2.6-inch Dark Star I got during one of the Wildman holiday sales and try to finish the Composite Warehouse Minion I got 3 years ago. Yeah, part of my winter projects is to fly some rockets, because winter's my favorite time to fly at like far, because all the rattlesnakes aren't out and about and hungry, which is pretty cool. And all the Black Widows also are not out and about because it gets freezing out there. So real fun time to fly rockets out there on like the summer when it's 115. And if you can believe this, hath you, the snakes and spiders both there same time.
Wow.
Not a fun time.
It sounds like an Australia to me, in a way.
Yeah, Australia is super dangerous, and there's spiders like every 2 feet. You can't step in Australia without stepping on a lethal spider, from what I understand.
Sheesh.
It's crazy, but people still go there and live there. Sorry, Jeremy Sim, but it's just, how can you live like that? Larry Giggle says, once I get out of my sling and can use my right arm, I'll start working through the stash of low power stuff. I think I may start an Estes Explorer Aquarius. Cool rocket. Classic. Jim Scarpine has a huge one, a 5.5-inch one. It's pretty rad. Colin Brum says, going to build my Carbon Mach 2 that's supposed to arrive this week. I also might look into modifying that AGM-58 into an L3 capable rocket and would like to know your thoughts on if you think that's a reasonable route to go. I have to ship that before we leave, Shane. Don't let me forget that.
Yeah.
Does it have 3/16 fins. Let's see. Let's look at these specs real quick.
I feel
Let me
like it
read
doesn't.
this. Last one here from the Rocket Lux Patreon. Corvette rocks this 4-inch custom fiberglass build and a 3-inch minimum diameter. It is 1/8-inch fins, and there is 8 of them. So if you were going to try and bump this up for level 3, you need to bump it up to a 75. The fin shape's not like wildly bad for going fast. The lower ones might be a problem. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like all the Airx kits and the Dynacom 4-inch kits came with 1/8-inch G10 fins, and people flew those on M's all the time. I think it would do an M1297. Fine.
What rocket are you talking about?
The Wildman AGM 58. Let me
What's
pull it
that?
up on the screen for you. This thing.
Oh, yeah, it's probably fine.
Set it up, head end deploy, put a 75 in it. And if you feel like reinforcing the fins, it wouldn't be a bad call. But what else are you working on over there, Hat?
Well, Taylor got my F1 uneffed, so I'm gonna try to anyway, gonna put that back together. And then I need to start thinking about the 2-stage. I think sounds about right. I had a busy past couple weeks. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna
Just pausing to hear.
I'm gonna find each of those people yelling and cheering and clapping. I'm gonna punch each of them in the face. I'm gonna just they all, and that's how you get rid of them. You hear that? Crickets. Anyway,
Okay, let me read some more of
go for
these.
it.
Rocket Flyer 1299 says, hoping to finish building my Lock Terrier Sandhawk 2-stage. Need to figure out a way to make the separable wires that will pass from the electronics bay to the motor tube to light the main stage. Think about using bullet connectors or something so when the drogue deploys, the sections can separate. I know this is complicated, but I want to use my main dual deploy altimeter to also fire the upper stage motor. Yeah, banana plugs. People do that pretty regularly. We just
You can also
twisted
do
wires
the-
together.
Yeah. Twist the wires and let them break.
Worked great for us, maybe. I mean, it lit the motor, but then the rocket turned into confetti, so who knows? Turned the rocket, one of my Blue Ravens GPS into confetti, which was pretty fun. Working on a Star Orbiter practice radio tracking. Super excited to have an alternate method to GPS tracking. I've heard that RF tracking is quite finicky, so I'm starting with something that's easy to fly, but can also be launched out of sight. Nah, it's pretty easy. The main thing you need to know is to keep a good idea of what direction the rocket is going while it's still in the air. When it's down, whether or not you have signal, you want to know what direction the rocket was going. Then you just keep going that way until you get the signal back. And then you're good. Tracking 101. Tanner Conway says, I started a little early for my birthday build, but I did my first fiberglass build in my life on a Dark Star Junior. Plan is to make some sugar research motors that can fly on. My big project this winter is a 7.5-inch lock Goblin for dual deployment. It'll be the biggest kit I've ever built, and I'm toying with the idea of splatter painting it and calling it Splat. Hopefully it doesn't do that on my first flight. Chris Phillips says, a 12-inch upscale Fat Boy, 2 Bruno XLs, and a scratch 12-inch by 18-footer, plus whatever Tim decides to ship. Dude, they're going so unbelievably hard over there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right, who else is working on stuff? Let's hear it. I want to build my Scorpion, dude, because I need to fly that more than Vern flew his original one, which is going to be tough to beat. I think we talked about this on the podcast last time. Let me pull up the old vernk.net and let's see how many flights he's got.
Seems like a tough ask, just considering your current
what are you gonna
flying
say?
habits.
What are you going to say, Trailer? 33 is how many are on the website.
Can Braden get one? Could he get 33 flights from one rocket? Two, could we get 33 flights without a broken fin?
The design's fine for not breaking fins, Trailer. You be.
Yeah, not just like some stupid sumo.
Yeah. Dude, you're going to keep breaking fins. Your 3-inch Punisher is going to KO, dude. It's going to be a motor you never see coming. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be a K1100.
Oh,
You're joining the club, dude.
K1100s.
Yeah, well, you're going to get offered one from 2010. Think it's a great deal. Someone's going to you want this $60 K1100? And your 3-inch Punisher is going to look just like mine.
Sounds like Braden's going to sabotage me. Hey, I got this great deal on an old K1100. The good one.
I know what I said on the podcast, but like
I wouldn't
bygones,
do
am I
that
right?
to you.
Anyway, here's this K1100 that's completely unmodified and fine and already loaded in this weird case that I got for cheap. Don't worry about any of that. I want to build the Scorpion. I need to put the wrap on the Delamar, but I'm really afraid of that because that's going to be quite the task. I don't know. Black Fly. I got too much stuff. I'm selling one of my prized tubes, one of my filament wound 5.5-inch tubes, because a friend of mine wanted to buy it, and I was like, well, David and I wanted to do a 2-stage with a 5.5-inch sustainer, and I wanted to use it to build a 5.5-inch Sumi. And then I was like, you know what? I have 30,000 rockets and debt, so like, yeah, let's clear out the house a little bit. We'll knock it back.
You see, Bingus Bobby said, I have a K805 for my 3-inch Punisher, but it sims to 0.237 caliber stability or 1.5%. Should I add nose weight? No.
Yeah, that seems crazy low.
yeah.
Is it open rocket?
It sounds like open rocket.
Yeah.
I don't.
Unless you somehow made the back.
Yeah, unless you filled the aft in with epoxy like solid, it doesn't need it.
M1850 would absolutely rip in a 4-inch Punisher. Yeah, it would. It's because Luke says I'm getting my level 3 started on a Punisher 4 next spring once I turn 18. I don't know quite what motor I'm going to put in it, but I kind of want to use an M1850. Yeah, or an M2050. That's a classic. Great way to kill a 4-inch Punisher as well.
Yeah, I've seen it put those in the ground.
Had fun with that one myself. Or
M3700.
yeah, dude, those work good in 4-inch Punishers as well. Especially
Impress
if you
your
put it in an
friends.
Aerotech case. Yeah, Matt will be blown away.
Whoa.
All right, we got a nice clean one there for the sound bites. Whoa! Wildman sent me a carbon switch band for my Mach 2. Do I need a fiberglass one or will it be fine? Is it a fiberglass coupler? If it's a fiberglass coupler, in theory, that should be okay because the antenna is going, as long as it's above it, right? Because when I built the Bobs, I swapped out because it came with a carbon coupler, but I put a glass one in it instead and then had Shane design the sled so the GPS was sitting at the top so the antenna was out of the carbon airframe.
I don't have mine yet, but I was thinking he was making them with fiberglass coupler and nose cone.
Oh yeah, Eric says we're not talking about rockets in the ground right now. Everyone,
Yeah.
Did Eric have
out.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about this.
No.
Yeah, he his 6-inch Punisher came in ballistic. His level 3. rocket.
Oh,
No, when?
what happened?
He had 2 altimeters. I'm sure if you know Eric, so you're probably familiar with
Yeah.
what brand. And they were being funky, so we sent them back and got the all clear from the manufacturer. And then his rocket came in ballistic when he tried to fly them.
What motor?
I think it was an L2200, right, Eric? Sorry to rehash all of this. He's like, yeah, it's exactly what I didn't want to talk about. Thanks, guys. It's really fun.
Wait, when was this?
It was definitely green this past weekend.
Where?
Grand Junction. Dude, I feel like they have a launch like every other weekend out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric's doing what I'm
2 a
trying to
month.
do. Dude, honestly, we're not talking about resolutions just yet. That'll be our return episode. But like, there's a launch literally every single weekend inside of like 2 hours of driving from me and Shane. I should be going hard AF in the paint, outside the paint, around the paint, and it, like
Sorry.
On the paint. Yeah.
other things that aren't paint related.
Wow. Under the paint? L2200.
Liam says, at what point should I have stubby rocket suspicions in The Sims? It's under 10-to-1 length to width, right, Taylor?
Technically, yes.
So if the rocket is under the 10-to-1 length to width ratio, then you're probably operating in stubby rocket center of pressure territory. Well, Braden, you need to come visit on a launch weekend. Yeah, Eric tried to get me and Shane to come last year, but he was mistaken in offering for us to come during the winter.
Ooh.
I'd love to come in like the spring or fall, not the summer or the winter especially. I don't do cold.
What? Summer would be fun.
Grand Junction gets hot.
It's like Boise.
Yeah. Or Green River, Utah. It's like Moab. Similar climate. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I'm just thinking about when the good mountain biking season is. I guess like May.
Yeah, okay. Well, because July, the average temperature is 93 in Grand Junction. That's a tough one.
It's beautiful.
What's the waiver like there?
I think it's like 16,000.
Oh, that's nice.
Someone will correct me there.
That seems.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Low 70s to low 80s in May for average. That's... Taylor's like, let's go mountain bike rocket launch.
Dude, I'll join you for that.
Tripoli
Matt's
Houston
in,
opens
you heard
the
it.
South
Yeah.
Side last weekend in February. Just saying. Hot like Moab and cold like Boise. Well, Boise gets hot too. People think it doesn't because of its location geographically, but I mean, Boise had more days 110 plus than we did down here this year. Not where we used to live. It's 110 plus for 6 weeks straight up there. But in the summer, it was pretty routinely hotter there than it was here. 12,000 above ground level standing. What is the stubby rocket thing? The Barrowman equation doesn't account well for rockets that are shorter, on the shorter side. So there's a solution that people argue about, but it's to put a weightless cone on the back of the rocket with a transition that's as small as it'll let you get. I think in RockSim is 0.01. And then the back of the transition is the same diameter as the airframe. And then the overall length is the airframe's diameter times pi. And that puts the center of pressure in a more realistic location.
And if you're using open rocket, I think an easier way is just if your center of gravity is anywhere in front of your center of pressure and you have a decent amount of thrust, then the rocket's going to be stable. It seems overly conservative.
Oh man, I have good memories of Green River, Utah. My best memory of Green River was the only time I stopped there instead of just driving through was after I left Taylor's house, after we built the Arcus and then went to Wisconsin. And I drove straight from Taylor's house to California to pick Shane up from the airport so we could go sign the lease on our house before we moved. This is while still I lived in Boise. I just wasn't home for like 3 weeks. But I stayed at a hotel in Green River and they upgraded me for like $8 to this giant suite that had like an actual hot tub sized hot tub in there. And so I was like, hell yeah, dude, sign me up. And then that was kind of the first time I was presented with like how long it takes to fill a hot tub with a regular like faucet for a bathtub. So I started whipping it up and then it took like an hour and a half to fill. But I was like, I'm committed. So I turned the TV and cranked the jets to max, which was loud as ass at like 10:45. and had a hot tub beer while I watched TV. And it was glorious. I'm not going to lie.
Sounds glamorous.
I think that might be what it was. It was not a nice hotel that I stayed at.
Wait, you're saying the Super 8 had a hot tub room?
Dude, it was crazy.
That's so sketchy.
It probably used to be something else that somebody was like trying to make really fancy. It for sure was, Matthew. If you go, he's gone.
Oh,
If you go left in the Super 8 up there and then up the stairs, the first suite when you get up the left stairs from the lobby has a massive hot tub and like a beautiful 4-post bed frame with like it has like a cover. And it's like a hand-carved bed frame. It's the craziest ass I've ever seen in a Super 8. Why'd you leave us again, Hat? Why'd you do it to us? We got $100 tip. Merry Christmas, happy final live of 2025 from Anonymous. Thank you so much. I was just about to say we're going to do a last call for questions in the live chat. Last call for the three of you to talk about winter projects because I think I've run out of things to say. And if you want to make any last minute contributions, use the pinned comment link, the Stream Elements link that makes sure that we get all of your contribution and a pesky social media platform doesn't take 40%. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, it's 40%. I think I have a warrant in Green River from a sizable speeding ticket I didn't pay back in like 2004, says Eric. Winter projects. Let's hear it, boys.
I think went over it all. I'm if I get the my Wildman stuff, I don't know, throw together that what will be a sustainer from the Carbon Mach 2.
I feel like if I say anything else, it'll just incriminate me when I inevitably don't build it this winter. So stick with the two I've said.
Oh, the Rocket Child, says, I know I'm a bit young, but I want to get moving on my L3. I'm thinking a custom 4.5-inch Punisher with a 98mm motor. Thinking about an M4500. Dude, I love a good goofy size Punisher. Yeah, 4.5, 2.5. But you know, finding taps that are going to let you do that before you're 18 anymore is going to be tough to start building the thing. In fact, don't the rules say now that you have to be level 2 certified before you can start building your level 3 rocket?
So.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's still enough of a gray area that you could say that that is to fly your level 3 rocket, but technically you could start building it. I don't really know. I think that depends on the taps, but that would be sick though. Yes, you have to have the little L2 flights, but is it specifically stated that you have to do them before you can start building? Because, I mean, this is really the same loophole hunting that's been going on forever. And like my dad's original level 3 plan was signed off by 2 taps, and it was the same rocket he used for his level 2.
I think it ultimately comes down to taps approving it, right?
Yeah.
Because the rules, the quote unquote rules, are more like a guideline. Don't quote me on this. I'm not really qualified to be talking about it, but I'm just spitballing here.
Says the one person here that's like actually considering being a tap.
Hey, I don't get to choose that. You have to be appointed.
You could choose it though. You could. There's several people that any of us really, maybe not Matt. Sorry, Matt. Could walk up to a couple people and be like, "Hey, I want to be a tap. Can you make that happen?" And they could be like, "Yeah, I nominate you, and now you're a tap." I think we could pretty much speed run that process if we wanted to.
Well, the problem right now is Cloudbusters has like 10,000 taps.
Yeah.
So I don't really need any more.
Why does everyone need to try to find a loophole? It's super easy to just follow the rules. Rules are meant to be broken or avoided at the very least. I think you have to have at least 2 flights before you submit your project to the tab. Okay, well, there you go, if that's the case. But I was trying to be a tab for Tripoli, Idaho, and then you guys know how that story went. But I don't want to be a tab anymore because, like, quite frankly, if people knew I was a tap, I think I would be getting contacted about it constantly. And I don't really have the time to allocate to being the first choice for tap stuff all over the country. Kevin T got me some 3-inch Dynawine tube from Giant Leap, making a vertical assault clone. Hey, that's cool. Well, I don't have to be there even. I can sign it and they can have a witness. That's the problem. Then people
Yeah, we'd just be doing a ton of paperwork.
Braden's a tab. Yeah. See, okay, now I have to look at the rules because somebody says you need 3 flights with electronics. My tab said they needed all the flights done. Right. But do they explicitly have to be level 2 impulse flights? Who knows, dude? For L3 only, the candidate must have successfully flown 3 flights using L2 motors. The L2 certification flight counts as 1 flight. There you go. At least 2 of the necessary L2 impulse flights must have successfully flown and recovered using electronic deployment. So yes, you have to fly J impulse or higher. There you go. All right, well, I think that's it, folks. The final live stream. This was our last live stream ever for this year. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I was trying to find the crickets.
Spell it without a Y.
You're damn right, trailer. All right. I think that's it, folks. This is the end. We will not be doing a live stream ever again in 2025. Not even once. This is it. We're done for. Thank you so much for tuning in. Dougie Dollars with a $10 tip right at the end says, Matt, what did you do to the F1? Oh, yeah. Well, are you going to save the story or do you want to tell the people?
You glued a part in the wrong tube.
Yeah, let Matt tell his truth, Taylor.
Well, I dremeled it out is basically what happened.
Is this like a minimum diameter style retainer, Taylor?
I don't really know. To me, I thought it was part of the electronics bay or something. I don't really know what it... Okay. But he glued it into the booster section. And she was really in there. Yeah. The main... we salvaged it. So that's... I mean, not the 3D printed part, but the rest of it. Do you have video of the moment you realized you effed up?
Oh,
that's good stuff. Gold.
That's awesome.
Dude, big things coming in 2026. That is going to be great. All right. Well, before we get out of here, this episode is going live December 22nd. So if you're listening to that the day it comes out, Merry Christmas to you in a few days. Happy other holidays that you're celebrating if you don't celebrate Christmas. We got Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Festivus for the rest of us.
Boxing
anything
Day
else?
coming
and
up.
Happy Honda Days.
Yeah,
Honda Days, Toyotathon.
Don't forget
December Do Remember sales event.
Yeah, of course. How could you forget?
Subaru Feel the Love or something. I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah, nobody, honestly. All right. My name is Braden Carlson. You can find me right here on YouTube at Rocket Vlogs. You can follow me on Instagram at Rocket Vlogs Official or at Big B1011. You can follow me on Facebook at Rocket Vlogs Official or Braden Carlson. Go follow my personal account. I'm posting a bunch of videos over there. If you want to help support the podcast, this is a independently funded show, funded, let's be honest, by me. So, if you want to help with that, patreon.com/AGGpod. All the money from the Patreon and all the contributions in the chat and everything go back to the AGG podcast production and, of course, to the AGG Flying Big Rockets. So If you want to help us live our childhood dreams, get after it.
And my name is Taylor, and you can find me on YouTube at The Rocket Channel.
My name is Shane. You can find me on YouTube at Postart Propulsions and online at hbrtools.com.
And for the last time this year, since Matt will not be in the final episode's outro, we are the Anti-Gravity Group. This is the Anti-Gravity Group podcast, and we will see you all.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, wow.
We might just hear from Nigel the Rocket Cat. Load up the professional masterpiece, you can bet on that. A launch and a chat with them is guaranteed to be a blast. It's the Anti-Gravity Group podcast. Ooh, ooh, ooh.